Hello everybody, my name is Richard Vigorelli and I'm your guide for everything Chinese medicine. And I set it all up so us Westerners can figure it out. Now, I had a request from a viewer on an older video called Wind. Go ahead and locate that, I'll probably put it in the description. That was all exterior winds, so colds, muscle aches, stuff like that. And why it's important to wear a scarf when it's a little nasty outside like it is today where I am. It's actually raining and it's windy. Anyway, for internal wind, things are a little bit different. This is actually a completely different thing. An internal wind is only found in one, maybe two organs, but pretty much only the one. And it is caused in the liver. And when I say liver, it's not this thing right here necessarily. The Chinese liver in Western medicine is more or less a hormonal and neurochemical thing rather than the actual organ thingy right here. Okay? So, what causes it? What does it look like? Well, it can be caused by a lot of different things. Usually it's based in deficiency, but it can rise out of excess. So in deficiency, it's caused by either a blood deficiency or a yin deficiency. And when it's excess, it's usually caused by a condition called liver fire. And so I'll tell you the symptoms of all of these. Okay? So the way it behaves is you are dizzy. Either the room is moving or you are. Which one that is will depend on if it is excess or deficient, but not always. It's more or less your perception, and most people I found can't tell the difference anyway, so yeah. You're also going to have difficulty processing emotion accurately. You might vomit at random intervals. There could also be, well, loss of sensation on one side of the face. Yeah. Called hemiplegia. Could be a stroke, could be a thing where, you know, your nerves just kind of shut off there. Okay? It's usually when it's associated with phlegm as well. It's called wind stroke. Nasty stuff. Alright, so what are the differences there? Well, with a yin and or blood deficiency, first of all, you're going to be kind of warm. Second of all, you're going to be dry. Dry skin, dry hair, all over the body and head. Nails are going to be a bit brittle. And you're going to be kind of irritable too. And one of the hallmarks of this is when you stand up too fast, you almost fall back over. Okay? There's also probably going to be a little bit of tinnitus. That's ringing in the ears. This one will probably be a sharp whistle, but it could just as easily be kind of a whooshing sound. Like, that's actually your heart pumping. Now, that one is a true deficiency, and the cause is going to be somewhere in the kidney, usually a kidney yin deficiency. The reason why that's important is because water, which the kidney is made out of, water's wood, which the liver is made out of. Okay, so water, trees, you get it? Awesome. So if there's not enough water, the trees aren't going to get watered adequately, and then they have problems. Okay? Now with that, you get kind of a secondary one called a yang rising, which is because the forest of your liver is so dry, it starts creating its own weather, and it starts making updrafts over the forest as the forest slowly begins to smolder. And now you get not only dizziness, but rage spells on top of it. And you're what we like to call a hot mess. Okay? Now, with the excess one, basically everything's going to be the same, only you're not going to have any dryness. You're probably not going to have anything brittle. Instead, you are going to be mean. Because what you have done is you have consumed food and or drink in such a fashion that has just completely overloaded your liver, and now it's trying desperately to get rid of things. Also, everything else in your body is just going frickin' haywire, and now somebody says, "Hey, how you doing? What did you call me?" type of thing. Okay? Nothing makes any sense to you. Everybody's a jerk, and the person cuts you off on the freeway and you follow them for 5 miles. You might have a problem here. Okay? This usually results also from simple liver qi stagnation, which is basically stress. So find ways to relax, especially if you are in a densely populated city that's dominated by 1 or 2 interstates or major highways that everybody uses, and nobody's smart enough to use side streets, and you are just going crazy. Okay? So, how do we deal with all of this? Well, there's quite a few herbs for it. Acupuncture works amazingly well. One of the major points is right here at the top of the shoulder. It's called gallbladder 21. Another one is right here at the base of the skull called gallbladder 20. And I also like to use one right here. It's called gallbladder 8. Another one is on the foot. It is gallbladder 41, known as foot of tears. Calms you right down. Add in probably liver 14, which is right here. Relaxes you right there. And toss that in with probably a liver 2 threaded to a liver 3 in order to get rid of the heat and calm you down. Then we anchor usually with a kidney 6 and a spleen 6 on top of that. Just to kind of drive the point home. Huh? Point home? Anyway, herbs for it. One of my favorites is called Tian Ma. It's actually the root of a tree. Little on the pricey side, but you know, if it's that or prison, may want to spend the cash. Up to you, really. The reason why this works is severe winds tend to be on plains, you know, the steppes, grasslands, okay? Whereas forests tend not to get a lot of really severe winds, okay? So if you're getting a lot of wind in the liver and you don't have a lot of trees in it, we need to grow some. That will calm down the liver. So we use the root of a tree. And this tree just, it's phytochemical stuff. It just happens to be really, really good at getting neurochemicals to pay attention and do what they're supposed to. Okay. Another one is called the Gambir vine. It's called gotung, and basically it's a vine with a bunch of hooks on it. And we clip them off to about yay long. I don't know if you can see that. And it's got a little hook on it, and basically that reaches up, grabs the wind, and drags it back down. A third herb that we like to use is actually caltrops. You know those little burrs that when you're walking around in kind of a quasi-desert or alpine area, and it's got the 2 little prongs that stick out of it, and they stick in your shoe, or if you're dumb enough to walk around barefoot, your foot, and they're really, really annoying. There's a couple of species of these that basically tack the wind down in the liver, and you calm down. A lot of other things that we use are rocks and minerals. A lot of them in there. Quite a few of them tend to have a little bit of a toxic effect. Hematite, for instance, is very effective, but I don't like using it. just because patients tend to have issues. Another one that we use is actually scorpions, and we use this when the person is either at risk for stroke or has already undergone a stroke. Basically what this thing does is you get what is effectively a little scorpion running around inside of you, and it's got its pincers. It grabs the phlegm, stings it, and then tosses it back to its buddy, which is called wugong, which is a centipede, and he eats it. That's not literally it, but you get the idea. Okay? So, liver wind is potentially a very serious condition. Vertigo, there was actually a rash of it here. I had about 5 patients come in with vertigo, all exactly the same symptoms, completely idiopathic. That means no idea how we got it, but it was acting like a virus of some kind. Took about 2-3 weeks for me to get it under control in everyone, but got it done. Did acupuncture on them, gave them herbs. Each one of them got a custom formula based on a formula called Tianma Goteng Yin. Feel free to Google that, and worked really, really well. So, if you have issues with vertigo, I do highly recommend a competent acupuncturist to help you. Feel free to look it up in your area. If you're in the Salt Lake area, feel free to give me a call. And if you're new to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button down below. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment, maybe hit the bell. Up to you. All is awesome. And if you'd like to get in touch with me directly, please feel please feel free to visit my website at vigintmed.com. That stands for Vigorelli, IntegratedMedicine.com. That's about all I've got for you today, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.